Hi everyone, welcome back to Yukikoi Melt, episode 26, where Miharu just got a full day with Yuki, and while Yuki wanted to freeze Miharu in an attempt to get him to enjoy winter, for some reason she wants to warm up to Miharu, and it does show that there's something wrong with Yuki, and in visual novel sense is where Miharu should step in and help with Yuki. But anyways, we're still in the common route, and it looks like Miharu is going to continue with this move from the men's dormitory to this place, Snowgri-La, and he's trying to find a way to get all his items up here, and so far his idea is to make several trips from the dormitory to here. So anyways, let's see how it goes from here. And if you noticed, I skipped a little part. So what happened was that when he went downstairs to the kitchen in the middle of the night, he saw Usagi naked, and she wanted to get a drink, but because she sleeps naked, she didn't bother changing her clothes or putting something on, and I think she forgot that there's a male student living in this place now. So anyways, Usagi's asking Miharu, so what do you want? Or what are you doing here? Okay. Okay, so he tells Usagi, well, I got thirsty and I came to get a drink. There's some green tea in the fridge, right?
ああ、夜はやめておいた方がいいよ。緑茶は目が冴えてしまうからね。飲むなら他のお茶にしたまえ。
Well, that's true, so tea will keep you up at night. And it's kind of like the caffeine in coffee and Coke.
それに、冷たいお茶は体を冷やしてしまい、睡眠の質を下げてしまう。
And it's bad to make yourself cold in the middle of the night. So you're in your bed, you are trying to stay warm. Really? Well, I didn't know that.
ああ、よかったら白湯でも用意するが。
So, how about some warm water? So you mean like, so hot water, just like that, nothing on it? I'm sure that's true.
まあ飲んでみたまえ。用意するね。
Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, if you say so, well, thanks. She nods and heads to the kitchen. And it feels weird, this girl, the president of our club, actually doing basic errands like this. Well, I'm sure Usagi didn't expect Miharu to come down to this place in the middle of the night. Well, it'd be funny if she actually tried or turned out to be the housewife type, even though I just saw her flashing her bare body moments ago. Wait, so wouldn't that make her an even better wife? Well, I should probably stop thinking about this. Well, then again, it kind of gives Miharu the feeling that Usagi's enjoying this place way too much, so she treats this dormitory as her home.
ところで、なんだか浮かない顔で降りてきたけれど、どうしたんだい？
Oh, okay, so he tells Usagi the problem. So I have to move all my stuff tomorrow, and it looks like I'll have to make multiple trips to do this.
荷物は多いのかい？
So do you have a lot of items? No, well, I don't have that much, which makes it doable by myself, but...
なら知り合いに頼んで車を出してもらおうか。
So do you want some kind of car to help you? Wait, you can do that?
ああ、任せてくれ。後で連絡しておくよ。
Okay, so I'll call that person. Wait, are you sure it's not too late to call someone? Well, then again, Usagi won't be doing it now, but she'll do it first thing in the morning. And that's not too late. Maybe.
大丈夫。ネットだし、夜遅くまで起きてる人だから。
Okay. Okay, so I'll take you up on that. Well, thanks. And tell that person that I really appreciate this.
では連絡してくるから少し待っててくれるかな。
Okay, thanks. So I receive an okay almost right away, and I arrange to meet the Good Samaritan in front of the Yubane hot spring station the next morning. And this works out perfectly. I'll have to make sure I don't take up too much of their time tomorrow. And so the last night before my official move comes to an end. So the next morning, so what's going on with Yuki now? Hey, I can't understand a word you're saying, but good morning. So I'm pretty sure Yuki's brushing her teeth, and that's why Miharu can't understand her. So I run into Yuki brushing her teeth. There you go. As I head downstairs to the first floor. Hey, so you should finish brushing your teeth before trying to say something. You're drooling all over the place.
すいません。何も思い浮かばなくて続けなくて。
Hey, well, saying good morning isn't a competition or anything. So, if you say good morning, it's okay. You don't have to come up with something exciting or crazy or overboard. So I gesture to them to continue brushing their teeth, and everyone nods. And seeing it lined up shoulder to shoulder in front of the sink makes for a peaceful sight. So this is where you all brush your teeth.
そうだよ。
Yep. See, Meguri, who finished brushing her teeth first, answers me as she wipes her mouth. Well, I thought you just do that in your own rooms.
ああ、最初はそうだったんだよ。でも、カノンちゃんが入ってからはここで磨くようになったの。
But I think it gives kind of the sense of community or everyone coming together. And that's important in a club. Wait, so how come?
私、実家にいた頃、朝外を走った後にジャバーって水をかぶって体を拭いてからそのまま歯磨きしてたんですよ。その名残です。
Okay, well, I don't really know what's going on, but anyways. Wait, so what do you mean? So what do you mean, Kanon?
ですから朝外を走るじゃないですか。20キロほど。
Oh, okay. So, and?
それで外の足洗い場で蛇口ひねって汗を流すためにジャバーって水かぶってバスタオルで体を拭くじゃないですか。
So just hearing this makes me shiver.
それでせっかくだからそのまま洗面所に行って歯を磨くんですよね。そして着替えをする。その名残です。
So I think what happened was that Kanon was trying to look for a quick way to hurry up and freshen up after her morning jog. And it's like, well, while I walk in, I can just change my clothes along the way, get my teeth brushed, get my face washed, everything all ready, so I won't lose too much time going from a morning jogger to someone ready for school. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, so wait. So you must be mixing something up, surely. So you change first and then brush your teeth? That sounds kind of all mixed up.
いえ、バスタオル首に引っ掛けながら歯磨きをしてから着替えですよ。
So I think she's trying to do everything at once. So while I brush my teeth, I'm changing my clothes at the same time. Damn, there's something strangely manly about that.
ああ、もちろん実家じゃないので今は廊下をすっぱだかで歩いたりしませんよ。
So that's the same problem with Usagi. So you shouldn't do that at your parents' house either. Well, I don't think they care. It's like, well, we've seen Kanon from birth to now, so it doesn't really feel anything awkward. Well, I mean, I can't help but feel like a young woman shouldn't be wandering around in the nude anywhere, but I'll leave that part out. And then again, it kind of reminds me of Kanoko in If My Heart Had Wings. So, I'm not sure if I played to that part yet, but from what I know, the reason she got kicked out, or like she's living in the Flying Fish Manor with Aoi Kotori and the other boarders is because Kanako was kicked out of her house for walking around naked. And because their house had some... I'm not sure who it was, I forgot, but the parents or the mother tried to get Kanako to change her habits because of this person, but Kanako just couldn't change it. And when she was living in the Flying Fish Manor, her habits continued through, and that was how she first greeted Aoi when, in episode 2, he surprisingly ended up in the Flying Fish Manor, not knowing that it was a girls' dormitory. But anyways, let's continue from here. So perhaps I'm just more conservative and self-conscious than they are, but I don't want to accidentally make them awkward, or make things awkward. So now that we live together, I have to pay more attention to the things I say and do.
そうなんですよね。部長の堂々とした磨き姿を見たらちょっと恥ずかしくなりました。
But I do think that Prez or Usagi really can do all these things with relative ease. So she probably changes her clothes as she brushes her teeth and gets ready for school and washes her face and also walks around naked, and I think she does a better job, and I want to be like her. So what does she mean by that? So exquisite? So does Prez brush her teeth in some unique fashion? Well, I guess she kind of emanates her unique aura even when she's just standing there.
はい、無駄な肉のないモデルみたいな体で朝日に輝く裸体が眩しくてですね。
Okay, second, well, I think, or like, she looks good as well. Her slender body, she's fit compared to the rest of us. But then again, why would anyone walk around naked? So can someone explain to me why she wants to undress all the time? Does she breathe through her skin or something? Like a fish with gills?
で、部長のような素晴らしい肉体になるまで真っ裸は封印しました。
Okay. Well, I guess you could say joining in this dorm at least helped teach you some modesty.
まあ、そういうわけでそこまで深い理由はありませんよ。部長がここで磨いてたのを見て、そこから私が勝手にお供するようになって。
それにユキが続いた。そして私としずりさんも加わって、いつしかみんなで一緒に磨くのが普通になっちゃった。
I see. So Prez was the cause of all this. Well, I suppose that's typical of the Winter Club. So everyone trying to be the same, trying to... Basically, if one person has a good idea, they share with everyone else.
岡崎くんも今度からここで磨いたら
So, will you join us then? Well, okay, yeah, I might as well. Well, I always did in the hallway at my previous dormitory. So apparently, the practice also existed in his previous dormitory. So all the men coming together in, I think they share one big sink. And I did see one of those in like an art classroom. Well, I'm pretty sure the same kind of sink could be found in like a culinary kitchen. Well, anyways, so we had a large sink, but with nothing but smelly men lined up there. It was pure torture. There you go. And plus the scent. Wait, so what's up, Yuki? So Yuki approaches me and suddenly leans against me.
確認中
So what's wrong? I think Yuki's checking the scent of Miharu. Wait, so what are you confirming?
さあ、あと眠いし
Alright, well, I can't gather that you have no adequate excuse. Come on, just finish brushing your teeth.
先輩冷たい昨日二人きりの時あんなに力強く抱きしめてくれたのに
Wait, so why are you saying that all of a sudden?
何二人ってそういう
And it's giving Taruhi the wrong message. Well, I don't know what kind of relationship you're talking about, but I don't remember doing any kind of stuff like that.
そうなのひどい先輩あんなに必死だったのにそう冬は人の理性を奪って大胆にする平たく言えば先輩は種の保存を念頭に行動したし
So I feel that Yuki is exaggerating what really happened. So she just wanted to cuddle up to Miharu for warmth. And not much else. Wait, no. So I seriously have no idea what, Oh, so you're talking about that. Well, I mean, I suppose that led me to protect my seed in a sense, but...
心当たりあるんだ
No, so you got the wrong idea. Well, it's not what you think. It was, emergency. Well, the way that he replies to Taruhi is going to give her the wrong ideas, and it's going to be really hard for him to convince her after that.
狭い場所で先輩と二人的なあれ
Well, it is true, but it's like, if you're two alone together, all kinds of things can happen.
やがて中にいられなくなって公園に外に連れ出されたし外
And Yuki's making it sound suspicious. Wait, Yuki? What? Come on, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
未筆の恋というものはとても甘美だし未筆ああ秘密の恋どういうこと秘密
So, secret.
あ
Well, you don't need to look flustered, Himeguri.
それはノーコメントっていうことやっぱり何かあった的なあれ
Well, you really are quite a character, you know that. Well, it's good, right? So Himegiri, you're being played. Just look at her, let's see, conniving grin.
ところで三春先輩、今日のご予定は引っ越しですよね。お手伝いします。
Well, thanks, but I don't have that much stuff, so you don't really need to help. And anyways, Inobe Senpai has already arranged for someone to help me.
さすが部長、手が早いです。
So like, well, okay, so like now we have the car. There's not really anything else that you can help. It's like all I have to do is just put everything on the truck or the car, and that person will drive up here, and that'll be it. And I'm sure that all my belongings aren't that heavy to the point where I can benefit from Kanon's muscle style.
そうだね。
Well, so I watched Himegiri for a while, almost able to see the cogs turning in her head.
手が早いって、まさか部長、岡崎くんのこと。
Wait, so I can't believe Usagi already made a move so quickly on Okazaki-kun. You know, Himegiri, I'm getting the feeling that you're the real culprit here. So they might develop such a misleading way to communicate just to see your reaction. So, well, maybe they know that you overreact over everything, so they feel that it's funny and interesting to tease you by showing how close they are to me and helping me in a small way.
言いがかりだ。私だってそれなりに慣れたつもりだけどさ。
Damn. Well, if I keep teasing her, I'll totally end up on the side of the deviants. I better cut this one out right now. So with an exasperated sigh, I push Yuki away. She's been clinging onto me this entire time. Anyways, so what I wanted to say was that it might get a bit noisy in here today, but it's nothing to worry about. So everything that you see is not much of a big deal. It's just she's helping me over here a little bit. She's helping me over there a little bit. And there's nothing hidden or underlying or deceptive that you might be thinking of. Okay.
猫の手が必要ならば、このカノンさんにお声かけください。
なんならユキが先輩の部屋を冬仕立てにするし。
Well, I'm sorry, but today is Junior Do Nothing Day. So just sit still and behave yourself, okay? So basically, I don't need any help from Yuki or Kanon today, so I make sure to undermine whatever mischievous plans she's got ahead of me. So in a sense, you can see that Kanon and Yuki are kind of upset that Miharu is pushing them aside today. Okay, so I wonder what's going to happen next. So Himegiri rushes to my side as I'm putting on my scarf. So what's wrong?
私も町に降りるから、ご一緒します。
So what's the problem? It's like, I want to go together. Okay, so why do you suddenly start mumbling on the latter half?
カノンちゃんとかに言うノリで言っちゃったから、なんか慣れ慣れしいかなって。
Well, then again, I don't really see Tarahi being any close to Kanon. Well, come on. So, we're classmates, and you shouldn't worry about stuff like this. So don't worry, I know you very well, and So I pull up my scarf to hide the fact that my lips curl up in response to her sudden, endearing smile.
それじゃあ早速行きますか。
Okay, so let's go then. Yeah. So banishing the awkward air between us with a quick action, Himeguri springs forward. Okay, so hey, you dropped the hand warmer. Here you go.
ありがとう。
So you got to make sure they're stuck on properly. So if it falls off at the wrong place, well, I'm sure Taruhi won't like that, and it's gonna be very embarrassing.
ちょっと慌ててて。
Wait, so that's 2 lose many.
慌てて。違う、そうじゃなくて、慌てていた。慌ててたんだよ。というか、もうよくわかんないよ。
Well, I think Taruhi needs to calm down. So she's panicking, it's making her hard to express her thoughts. Well, you're just begging for others to tease you, aren't you? It's written all over your face.
心底嬉しくない。
But anyways, so we're on the cable car, and Miharu's like, oh yeah, so you said that you were going down to town earlier.
変ですか？
And Miharu's wondering, so are you going downtown because you want to go with me, or you have business down there? An awkward silence spreads between us as we sit next to each other in the cable car, so I figure I better come up with something to say. Well, not necessarily. Well, I thought it sounds like you're so used to this place that it's affecting your vocabulary. Well, that's pretty cool. And I wonder where this came from, because it looks like, or it sounds like he just plugged it in from some random source.
ああ、住んで1年以上になるしね。さすがにね。
And despite that, you still let your juniors play around with you. So I can see that you still get teased and, I'll say, bullied by Kanon and Yuki.
そんなことないよ。だいぶ分かってきたよ。
Okay, so say that again. So this time without putting on airs. So Miharu can sense that, well, Taruhi's only talking, she doesn't really believe or feel that the other, or like she understands the people very well.
そんなことないよ。時々分かることもあるよ。
Okay? So one more time, just your honest feelings this time.
まぐれで分かる時もあるけど、ほぼ全敗です。
Okay, so that sounds about right. So the way that Taruhi states that, well, I understand them very well, Miharu can see that, Taruhi's eyes are kind of giving it away. I'm sure she means otherwise. And she's just trying to say things that make herself look better than she really is.
いい笑顔で親指立てないで。
Damn, you're just too much fun. You're like one of those wobbly toys that bounce right back up every time someone pokes it. And I wonder what kind of toy Miharu is talking about. We'll have to go look that up.
岡崎くん。ね。
Wait, man, so what's wrong?
あ、いや、これはその妹たち
同じノリでつい。
So scarlet floods Himegiri's cheeks, spreading all the way to her ears as she casts her gaze down. And the way she always overreacts makes me want to overdo things sometimes. Well, I have to be careful with this. Okay, so are you going shopping?
ペットシーツとかいろいろ買い出し。
So it sounds more like Taruhi is going to buy some pet sheets. I don't know why I got to translate to litter. Wait, so pet sheets? Well, that's for animals doing their, right. So basically, toilet paper for animals. Wait, I don't remember seeing any pets in the dorm. So I don't see dogs or cats. Or anything else. So is it for the Josephine bear?
違うよ。そもそもあの子はペットじゃないし、ミスミ先生用のだよ。
Okay. Wait, so... Himegiri, so did you really just say that?
だから違うって。ペットはペットでも先生がペットっていうわけじゃなくって。
Well, now that you mention it, that woman's all over the place. She sleeps whenever she wants and eats whenever she wants. So yeah, so absorbent pet litter might be exactly what she needs. Or absorbent pet wipes. Well, that said, we're talking about an adult woman and one almost in her 30s at that.
最近で一番の優しい笑顔。ありがとう。でも全面的に誤解だからね。
Well, it can be interpreted incorrectly. It's like, well, I'm happy that you praise me for me doing my housework or my housekeeping or taking care of Misumi, but you're not understanding what I mean about the teacher. So what is it for then?
何って説明しづらいんだけど。とにかく必要なの。
And it's too embarrassing to explain about the whole situation. So basically, it's like the teacher needs someone to look after. She causes too much trouble, especially with that alcohol. And Taruhi taking care of Misumi is kind of like someone taking care of a dog. Well, I see. So you can't even bring yourself to put it into words. Well, then again, Miharu's misunderstanding the fact.
いや、違わない気もするけれど。でも説明するのは。
Well, it sounds like something that's hard to talk about. Well, I suppose it's not something I should be prying into to begin with. That's good. So, I have to confess I am curious. So, I really want to know how Taruhi, or maybe Shizuri, takes care of poor teacher Yuka when she's not teaching. So an awkward silence returns to the car as I force my mouth shut. Well, spending some time in silence isn't so bad for a change.
それでね、その岡崎くん？
So what is it?
私ってそのいじってオーラ出てるの？
Yeah, well even now it's glowing with the most radiant light I've ever seen.
太陽みたいだね。
Oh, and it's shimmering in all 7 colors of the rainbow.
レインボーだった？
Wait, rainbow? Oh, ha 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 ha. Of course not. Well, what do you think it was true, or why do you think it was true? Wow, yeah, you're hilarious.
笑いすぎだって。
And now Miharu's making Tarahi look so bad by laughing out loud like, I made you fall into a trap, I tricked you, I teased you. Oh, my stomach, that came out of nowhere. And I think Tarahi is poking at Miharu. So Yumegiri puffs up her cheeks and looks away as I crease with laughter. Okay, so now Tarahi really gives Miharu a whack. She bumps her shoulder into me, still looking away. And her gentle protest makes me feel kind of shy for a moment, and I end up falling back into silence. Okay, so now Tarahi's really upset at how big of a joke Miharu put on her.
何かあったのかね?
So the president, or Bucho, who's been waiting at the station, tilts her head in confusion, sensing the awkward air between us.
岡崎くんがひどかったんです。
Well, he's being mean. Oh yes, well this time I'm well aware it's my fault, so I'll make no excuses.
とかく二人の中で折り合いがついているのなら良いのだが。
はい、大丈夫です。
Well, I feel a subtle hint of an underlying message in that vague reply. So I return it with a look, assuring I won't say anything to Prez. Okay, so brushing that aside, Miharu changes the subject. It's like, oh, so Prez, is that the car you were talking about? So, the truck?
ああ、そうだ。これだけあれば荷物は運べるだろう?
Oh, perfect. So, it's more than enough. In fact, So, thank you so much. So if you remember, Miharu doesn't really have much items in the men's dormitory, and well, I'm sure at a minimum they're light enough for him to carry by himself to the Snowgri-La or the dormitory for the Winter Club members.
あ、そろそろ朝のタイムセールの時間なので、私行ってきます。
But anyways, Tarahi's going to leave now.
ああ、気をつけてね。また。
Okay, so see you later.
はーい、それじゃあ。
So Yumegiri waves goodbye and hurries away, doing her best to disguise the fact she almost tripped.
さて、我々も行こうか。
Now, for us. Yes, though I'd like to thank you and introduce myself to the owner of this truck, if possible.
ああ、それは私からよく伝えておこう。
Oh, don't worry, I'll just say that you said thanks. I'll do the talking. Wait, so she's not here?
ああ。
Nope. Oh, so who's going to drive then?
もちろん私がするよ。安心したまえ。ちゃんと免許は持っている。
So the driver will be me, Usagi. Oh, really? Oh, well, in that case, I'll leave it to you.
それでは、あまりここに止めているのも迷惑だから、早々に出るとしよう。
Well, anyways, let's get going because I'm sure it's going to create more problems that we park this truck in it's probably a no parking zone. Okay, that's true. And with that, I climb into the passenger seat. Okay, so whose car or whose truck is this anyways?
ああ、いとこの仕事の車だよ。今は海洋調査に出ているから、気兼ねなく使ってくれとのことだ。
Okay, it's like, well, she's not here, so we can use the truck and all we have to do is let her know about it. So oceanography. Well, that sounds pretty fancy.
本人は海に潜ってプランクトンや泥と戯れるだけの仕事だと言ってるがね。
So obviously the cousins study oceanography. It requires her to be away from her home, the land, so that's why it's possible for her to lend the truck to Usagi and now Miharu.
だが一度出ると1週間以上戻ってこないこともある仕事だからね。そういう時はこうして車に乗って維持してるのさ。
So you take care of it? What do you mean?
ああ、車というものは乗らないとダメになるのが早いんだ。
That's true. Wait.
ああ、そうだな。簡単に言えば車にとってのオイルは人間にとって血液のようなものなのさ。巡らせないといろいろとまずいだろ。
Well, at least if you start the engine, that's enough because that alone would get the oil circulating to all the components. And it's good to drive it around because then you get the lubes lubricated. So I'm not sure how it's completely lubed, but it's like your brake fluid needs to be lubed, your transmission fluid, your power steering fluid, if your car has it. Oh, I see. And at least if you drive it once in a while, it helps keep your axles in good condition, so it's well oiled. And if you let it sit too long, it might start to bend from all the weight in the car. And let's just continue from here.
他にも
And so this educating conversation continues until we reach the boys' dorm. And it's surprisingly fun to listen to a lecture that didn't contain a hint of sarcasm for once. It made me realize that we don't have many opportunities to have laid-back conversations like this. So it all feels very nice and fresh. Okay, so just before noon, so after loading my boxes onto the vehicle, we return to the station and take a short break. And Prez checks on the cargo, and I sip hot lemon drink. So anything wrong?
ああ、荷物が落ちてないかチェックをね。
Oh, that's good.
大丈夫そうだ。
The last thing anyone wants is for Miharu's belongings to fall off. Well, I feel kind of guilty making her do everything. Well, I'm sure for Usagi it's just easy. So if it is loaded properly, there isn't really much to do. Just make sure everything is secured. Well, maybe I can at least get her something to drink. So would you like to drink something too, Prez?
ああ、悪いね。いただくよ。
And with that, Prez takes the bottle from my hand and so Usagi takes some lemon drink from Miharu.
ありがとう。
Sure. And then she simply hands the bottle back to me. That I definitely was not prepared for.
やはり温かい飲み物はいいね。五臓六腑が湧くね。あれ、飲んじゃダメだったかな？
No, everything's fine. Well, I don't think it's that Usagi took too much drink from Miharu. It's the fact that she drank from the same bottle that Miharu was carrying. And in anime logic or visual novel logic, it's like Usagi's giving an indirect kiss to Miharu. And we've seen some of this in Kokoro Function with the ice cream. Well, anyways. So I let go of the wallet in my pocket and pull out the bottle cap instead, screwing it back into place, though I'm not sure to what extent I'm managing to mask my shock at the whole situation. Well, that said, I'm glad we could fit everything in without having to make a second trip.
そうだね。やはり男の子は荷物が少ないね。
Well, I just gave all the extra stuff that I didn't need to my roommate. So, in a sense, he did try to trim down on his belongings.
ああ、いつもお昼を一緒に食べてるという彼か。でも、マフラーだけは全部持ってきたね。
But you brought all your scarves. Of course. Well, I have to admit that having a whole box of scarves is a bit weird. So they end up absorbing lots of sweat since I wrapped them so tight, so I have to change them pretty often.
ああ、そうだ。前にも言ったけれど。
But... Oh, so what's happening next?
またこんなにガチガチにして、これじゃ苦しいだろ？ほら、すぐに楽にしてあげるからね。
So by the way, your current scarf is too tight, So Prez begins to undo my scarf before I can stop her. And we stand at such close proximity to each other that our hair almost touches. And though I have never guessed from appearance, she actually smells nice. And as rude as it sounds, I'm genuinely surprised.
ほら、負けた。
Okay, so all good. Thanks.
あれ、まだきついかい？顔が赤いけれど。
But you still look kind of red. Well, I'm sure it's not because of being cold or such. It's just that Usagi is up too close to Miharu. No. I'm all right.
そうか？
Hey, so, Prez? After letting out a small chuckle, Prez grabs the end of my scarf, peeking out from the bundle around my neck.
ああ、岡崎くんはマフラーを大事にしてると思ってね。
Good quality, good maintenance, good care. What, really?
ああ、靴と同じでマフラーにも休息は必要だ。毎日同じものを使っていてはすぐにくたびれる。
Well, sounds like they're the opposite of cars, then.
物事にはそれぞれふさわしいあり方というものがある。
Well, it's like every item has their own way of care. So cars, you have to run it often. Scars, you have to let it vent often.
それが自然とできてるということは、岡崎くんは親御さんから良い教育を受けているようだね。
Wait, so you think so? Well, thank you very much. I can't say I'm very conscious of that, but I'm sure my parents would be glad to hear this.
まあ、無事を連絡するときにでも話のネタにしてくれ。
Well, yes, so I'll do that for sure. And I feel oddly reassured, seeing Prez smile with a bashful blush on her face for a change.
さて、休憩は終わりだ。そろそろ出発しようか。
Right, so I'll get in the car.
あ、岡崎くん。
So what else?
後でマフラーを見せてもらってもいいかな。
Yes, so of course. Are you interested? I swallowed the next part of that thought. I almost called her scarf lady out loud. However...
ん？マフラーの貴婦人としてはね。
Well, I'm sure Usagi can sense what Miharu was going to say next. So returning my awkward smile with a reassuring one, Prez climbs into the driver's seat. she drives the light truck through a small side road next to the station and then begins climbing up the mountain towards our dorm. So I'm going to leave that to the next episode. So anyways, there's not really much going on here other than how Kanon and Yuki are trying to be close to Miharu to the point where it makes Taruhi kind of jealous. And to make it worse, Kanon and Yuki, they talk about their experience with Miharu in an embellished manner, which gets Taruhi all worked up. But for Miharu's like, well, Taruhi needs to understand what's joke and what's the truth. And just by listening to the way that Yuki and Kanon talk, it's obvious that they're just trying to make it sound much better than it actually did happen, or how it happened, just to make Taruhi upset. But anyways, we'll see how this journey goes up the mountain and to the dormitory. I've already played this, so I know what happens next. But anyways, I'll see you later.